And we're back in Nolan Park once again for the Kilkenny Citroen Centre Minor Hurling Championship G.A.A. final. After a titanic struggle in deplorable conditions last Sunday, Thomastown and their neighbouring parish, their neighbours Bennettsbridge, back for this minor final. Dominic Connolly is our referee today. Richard O'Hanrahan captains Thomastown. Paul O'Neill, the Bennettsbridge captain. Paul has won the toss. And there's a slight to fresh enough breeze blowing from our right to left, so that will favour the team playing in that direction. Just like last Sunday, a calm morning, but the breeze freshening all the time as we arrive here in Nolan Park. So there we have the Bennettsbridge men. Their manager is John Brennan, the selectors Brian Lannan and Paul Whelan. And of course last Sunday here in Nolan Park, the great Bennettsbridge teams of the 1960s were honoured. Among the notable absentees was, regrettably now I have to say, the late Michael Kelly. Michael passed away late on last week and was laid to rest yesterday in Bennettsbridge. So I suppose that will be an extra incentive for these young men from Bennettsbridge to win this Minor A title. So the late Michael Kelly, captain of the victorious Kilkenny senior hurling winning team in 1957, who died during the week. Our Yeshde Goreva Alam. Thomastown team, the management team, PJ Whelan, Joe O'Hanrahan, Seamus Mason, Adrian Burke and Pat Manning.
Michael won 7 Kilkenny senior hurling championships with Bennettsbridge. He played for Kilkenny from 1953 to 1960. He was captain of the All-Ireland winning Kilkenny team in 1957 when he scored the winning point in the final that year against Water. He also won a very top medal with Leinster. Kilkenny County Board expressed sympathy to his wife, his immediate family, his relatives and many friends. For Yeshde Goreva Alam English.
As always, the minute's silence observed impeccably in Nolan Park. We're sitting in the old stand looking across at the grey stand side. We're almost ready to go and the stand is absolutely packed, Adrian. It's such a big day for both clubs because, as we just outlined before the moment's silence, they have been a long time waiting for some success, particularly at minor level in hurling.
Definitely, and both clubs, as we mentioned earlier, Oisin, are neighbouring parishes. Both are hurling at junior level, and a lot of these guys would actually go to school together, their neighbouring parishes. So they're very familiar with each other, and both on and off the field as supporters and players. So there's a bragging rights down the Thomastown Bennettsbridge locality today.
The local derbies are always entertaining, especially when they're played at the final stage. I'll name you the Bennettsbridge teams now. It's Michael Sheil in goal, then across the full-back line it's Shane Nolan, Robert Lennon, who has passed a fitness test, and Sean Morrissey, who's in the corner. Willie Murphy, Paul O'Neill and Kevin Blanchfield are the half-backs. Enda Morrissey, the county minor panellists, and Michael Power are in midfield. Owen O'Connor, Hugh O'Neill and Aidan Clear are the half-forwards. Hugh O'Neill, of course, part of the minor panel as well. Liam Blanchfield Cormac Wafer and Dylan Walsh are the full forward line. It's Neil O'Mara in goal for Thomastown. It's Cian O'Mara, Kieran Tracy and Gary Mason in the full back line. It's Mark Walsh, Barry Whelan and Robert O'Hanrahan in the half back line. O'Hanrahan part of the County Minor panel, as is Michael Donnelly, who wears number 8. Gary Lahan is beside him in midfield wearing number 9. Owen Manning, Kevin Butler and Luke Blanchfield are the half forwards. Then it's Andrew Keogh, Thomas O'Hanrahan or Tucker, whichever you prefer, and Adrian Burke in the corner. We're almost ready to go in the County Minor Hurling Final Replay. Our referee for this particular adventure, this particular game, is Dominic Connolly. The linesmen are Jerry Rafter and Richard Dowling. The sideline official is Ray Byrne. Immediately a free awarded, and there's a Bennettsbridge man down in the middle of the park. And as we say, local derbies are fierce.
Already Hugh O'Neill, who one of the main players for Bennettsbridge, is in trouble. Bennettsbridge have started already with Cormac Wafer, the full forward, gone back to centre back to Mark Tucker, and Robert Lennon has gone back centre back. Last week this happened as well. Cormac Wafer went from full forward to Mark Thomas Hanrahan, so his job is obviously marking him man to man all day. Bennettsbridge have started with 2 boys in the middle of the field, so they're hoping obviously to get a start there with Hugh O'Neill and Enda Morrissey.
Robert O'Hanrahan standing over the free for Thomastown, who are playing from left to right as we look from the old stand in the first half. Hanrahan launches a long range effort. It's dropping towards goal, but will it stay accurate? Oh, it will, and that is an absolutely marvellous score from Robert O'Hanrahan. And after just 55 seconds of the Minor Hurling Final Replay, brought to you on KCLR 96 FM by John Brennan Machinery Supplies Kilkenny, it's Thomastown 1 point, Bennettsbridge no score.
Super score. Aidan Clear again one of the main players last week for Bennettsbridge was Aidan Clear. They've moved Robert Hanrahan over, which makes sense after the last day.
Now ball dropping around midfield, hand going up for it there. The hand was of Aidan Clear, couldn't quite hang on to it, but did manage to direct it to Cormac Wafer, who has dropped a lot deeper than his number suggests. He launches it inside, and the Thomastown keeper O'Mara is off his line. He's bottled up by forwards of Bennettsbridge, but in to help him out now is Barry Whelan. Barry Whelan trying to pick it up off the ground, can't quite do so. Owen O'Connor is in there to try and snap it up for Bennettsbridge on the far side down towards the town end of Nolan Park. Neither team can get it up off the ground with the stick at the moment. A kind of a ruckus develop. We saw a lot of those last week due to the conditions a lot better this week, but there's so much intensity out there at the moment. No one is giving anyone any level of time or space. Bennettsbridge have turned it over. They have it just inside the 45, chasing after it is Hugh O'Neill. He can't get there. He's beaten to it by a Thomastown man who directs it up to Luke Blanchfield. Luke Blanchfield going down the near side, passes to Gary Lahan. Gary Lahan goes down the left hand side. It's directed into the corner. It's played across and it's blocked by the stick of Kevin Blanchfield. It's out past the 45 for Bennettsbridge inside their own area. Now they launch it up towards the Thomastown 45, where it's gathered by Barry Whelan. Barry Whelan from inside his own 65 hits it down towards Thomas O'Hanrahan. The referee is given the free in about 2 or 3 metres off the grey stand side inside the 45. It's a frantic start, but it's quite entertaining.
Tactical game already, Oisín. As I said earlier, both teams have man mark, starting to man mark. Aidan Clear here had a super game last week, and particularly on the puck outs, winning every puck out. They've moved Robert Hanrahan over on him, and that obviously makes sense. And the other big move here, I suppose, for Bennettsbridge is to have young Liam Blanchfield, who's actually 15 as of today, playing at full forward, but is considered a huge talent going forward. So a young man, but a big man, number 13, Liam Blanchfield.
And it's Michael Donnelly who will take this free from the left hand side, launching it down towards the O'Loughlin Gales end. It's from a tight angle. If it goes over, it'll be a great score. It is an absolutely marvellous score from Michael Donnelly, and it's now Thomastown 2 points, Bennettsbridge no score, after just 3 minutes and 10 seconds of the minor final replay live on KCLR 96 FM. Adrian Ronan.
That's the big thing that Bennettsbridge have to watch. Michael Donnelly will punish you every time. One of the best free takers in club hurling at minor age. Here's Hugh O'Neill now, another man. A lot of Bennettsbridge people will be pinning their hopes on today.
And he's been fouled on the way through by the defender who was chasing after him just outside the 45, about 15 or so metres off the Walsh stand side, and it will be a chance for Bennettsbridge to get a settling score, and taking it is Aidan Clear, the number 12, wearing the black helmet today, settling himself down. The breeze is against him, but it's a very slight breeze, you'd have to say, so if he can get some power behind this, he does have a good chance of scoring into the town end of Nolan Park.
This was in his compass as well. Another very good free taker for Kieran's College this year as well, Aidan Clear, and particularly with the Bennettsbridge adult team junior level as well, free taker. So this is definitely within his compass.
He's bending, lifting, striking. Aidan Clear has given it the distance, but not the accuracy, Adrian, as you pointed out. And the longer Bennettsbridge go without a score, maybe the more nervous they will get.
Yeah, But certainly, as I said, the key battle here at this early stage is the two boys in the middle of the field, Hugh O'Neill, Enda Morrissey and Aidan Clear. Those three boys around this part of the field, middle third of the field, and Tucker and Young Wafer. There's where the battles are going to be won and lost to this match, or the match is going to be won and lost.
Yeah, ball is between the 65 and the 45. Thomastown attacking. It's inside Bennettsbridge territory. Manning plays the low one inside. He's looking for the forward, who's going to get a kick at it on the ground, but it goes wide, and chasing after that one was Kevin Butler. It almost went in there, but it went wide off his boot into the O'Loughlin Gales end.
Have to be considered a chance. He was inside his man. Kevin Butler got inside Shane Nolan, and that'll go down as a miss, unfortunately, for Thomastown.
5 minutes gone in the game. Thomastown leading by 2 points to no score against Bennettsbridge in the Kilkenny Citroen Centre Minor Hurling Championship A County Final replay on KCLR 96 FM. We've yet to see a score from play, Adrian, and I guess that actually says a lot about the kind of game we've had so far.
Yeah, well, I suppose conditions again, as both teams, as I said, we were possibly repeating, so it's a tactical game here, and I think both teams are just trying to find their feet. And I'd say at this early stage, we know the match will get going, but it's early days yet.
Long ball launched into midfield. Two Thomastown players getting in each other's way in to try and help out now is Owen Manning, and it is picked up by the midfielder Gary Lahan. Lahan with the ball on stick, running down the right hand side over the 45. The excitement of the crowd raising. Lahan keeps it going. What a run this is. Hand passes it inside, but it's caught by the defender, who just smacks it clear. And after doing all the hard work, Lahan wasting possession there. It's taken in midfield by number 7 Robert O'Hanrahan. O'Hanrahan is looking for options, but again Bennettsbridge have retaken possession, and it's Cormac Wafer who hits it down the left hand side. It's run a little bit loose, but Thomastown pick it up just outside the 20 metre line. It's passed out to the right hand side, and it's cleared by Robert Hanrahan, who's been at the centre of everything for Thomastown so far. Cannoning off one player, going off another, goes out over the line, and it's a line ball to Thomastown just outside of the 45, inside their own half on the old stand side of Nolan Park. Thomastown leading by 2 points to no score. 6 minutes and 20 seconds gone. This game on KCLR 96 FM, brought to you by John Brennan Machinery Supplies. Kilkenny launched a line ball in towards the back line of Bennettsbridge, an attempted pick up by the forward. He does manage to pick it up and just about keep it in. That's the corner forward Adrian Burke. Burke tries to pass it inside, comes off the stick of a Bennettsbridge defender and comes into the paths of Hugh O'Neill. Hugh O'Neill lobs it down the left hand side, but it's plucked out of the air and sent back into the forward division of Thomastown by the halfback who took it there. It's picked up on the bounce. Looking for the option is Luke Blanchfield. Luke Blanchfield has the shot outside the 20. It looked to me like it went out of a Bennettsbridge stick. The umpire disagrees, and that will go down as a wide, and it's 2 points to no score to Thomastown after 7 minutes.
Bennettsbridge man is in trouble here. Number 5 is in big trouble here with Willie Murphy. He's after starting centre forward, but it's clear whatever it is, whether it's a hamstring or a knee, but there's something seriously wrong with him. Couldn't maintain that, stop that ball, so he'll be a serious loss. If you go down through the Bennettsbridge panel and team, they only have 5 subs and they're very, very young, so they can't afford to have a guy getting injured at this stage. But clearly this young Murphy is in a spot of bother, but it looks as if he might be able to continue. Already Robert Hanrahan has played a big part in this game. After only 7 minutes, he's after been on the end of every ball, and equally young Cormac Wafer is again. Notice again Aidan Clear has now gone centre forward. It's interesting because Hanrahan, I suppose, was getting the better from there over the first 7 minutes. So tactically again, as you said, Oisin, both teams are making moves on all each good players.
Goalkeeper Michael Shield puts it straight down the middle of the park, and Thomastown has snapped it up again. It's the full forward who's dropped deep. Thomas O'Hanrahan takes the hit but keeps going, manages to get the pass off to Kevin Butler, who slips it inside. I think that is to Blanchfield. Blanchfield having the shot from inside the 45 at an angle. I beg your pardon, it was Owen Manning. It drops into the square. The goalkeeper Shield comes out, and the goalkeeper has miscued it, and it's Butler who gets his stick in the way. He can't pick up the breaking ball. It does come to a Thomastown forward, but again he's surrounded by Bennettsbridge men. A swing at it from Adrian Burke. He can't get the necessary contact. Now it does come to Luke Blanchfield. Blanchfield tries to get his shot away. It's lobbing towards the post, but it goes just to the right and wide into the O'Loughlin Gales end. 8.5 minutes gone in the minor hurling final replay. Still Thomastown 2 points, Bennettsbridge no score.
Started from a poor puck out, Oisin. The goalie better get this right. That's 2 mistakes unfortunately he's made, and he's putting his team under pressure. That's a bit better.
Now the ball is cleared down the park from Shield. I suppose as a minor hurler he's not going to get the distance that you would be used to seeing when you're watching senior games, so you do have to fight for it a lot of the time inside your own 65. It's Hugh O'Neill who has it for Bennettsbridge. He loses it now. It is Kevin Blanchfield. Blanchfield does manage to get it back to Shane Nolan, who's fouled on the way out, and that will be a free out to Bennettsbridge just outside their own 45 on the old stand side of Nolan Park. It's quite an exciting day. 9 minutes gone in this replay, and it's Thomastown who lead by 2 points to no score. Don't forget, coming up at 2:45 live from Nolan Park, it's the St. Canice's Credit Union County Senior Hurling Final replay between Ballyhale Shamrocks and James Stephens, as the free is taken by Robert Lennon. Robert Lennon launching it down towards the square. It will drop inside. It's going to be a dangerous one. Swing at it there from the full forward. Can't get the direction on it that he needs, and it's taken off the ground by Mark Walsh, who tries to clear it but only gets it as far as the 20-metre line. Luckily for him, it came to a teammate, and a beautiful bit of improvisation from Gary Lahan, who sends it down towards the Bennettsbridge 45, where it's taken by Shane Nolan. Shane Nolan hits it down towards the Thomastown 45, comes off the sticks, going in to try and get it as Michael Donnelly. Can't do so on the first attempt. Now trying to take the breaking ball off the ground along with Robert Hanrahan. It goes out to the right hand side. It is picked up by the centre back Barry Whelan. Barry Whelan sends it down the right hand side, aiming it in towards the forwards. Almost picked up there by Adrian Burke. He's got support from Kevin Butler. Butler can't get it up off the ground. Again, it's good work from Shane Nolan, but then he gives it away, and on it now is Owen Manning. Manning running towards the D, middle of the park, gets the hand pass out to the left hand side. The man who receives it still has a bit of work to do. That's Luke Blanchfield running towards the stand side of the 20-metre line. Passes it now for the looping run of Thomas O'Hanrahan. O'Hanrahan has the shot. Oh, that's a marvellous score from Thomas O'Hanrahan, and after 10.5 minutes it's Thomastown 3 points, Bennettsbridge no score. Adrian Ronan.
That's the typical Thomas Hanrahan Tucker. That's what he's capable of. Bennettsbridge at this early stage are 3 points down with weathering the storm, but they're still in the game. But Thomastown were by far the better team after great catch by Aidan Clear. That's what they need. Bennettsbridge need this man in the game.
Ball launched inside the 45. Now trying to pick it up is the wing back Robert O'Hanrahan. He has lost it. It's now taken by Liam Blanchfield. Blanchfield with the ball on stick manages to scoop it into the number 10 Owen O'Connor. O'Connor has a shot which has gone wide. It's KCLR 96 FM. It's the minor hurling final live from Nolan Park. We will come back in just a couple of minutes time, and don't forget later on we've got the senior hurling final replay between Ballyhale Shamrocks and James Stephens. But right now we've got to go back to studio for news with the score: Thomastown 3 points, Bennettsbridge no score. 11.5 minutes gone, but now it's back to studio.
11.5 minutes in the first half. The referee gives the free to Thomastown. So just over 50 metres out, more or less in front of the post, Michael Donnelly with this free to stretch the Thomastown lead. They lead 3 points to no score at the moment. Donnelly strikes it in and puts it left and wide. Important day for the mentors on the line too. Make sure they make the right changes when they have to be made. Gary Lahan. Kevin Blanchfield, number 7 for the Bridge, doing well. Cormac Wafer does well to get that ball away. Thomastown men doing well in clearing their lines. Great catch and a good clearance. And Wafer drives it long. Sean Morrissey down injured after that clearance, but he's okay. Here's a chance for Bennettsbridge. The ball goes in and the ball goes over the bar. Liam Blanchfield, the scorer of the first Bennettsbridge point. 13 minutes it took to get. Liam is playing full forward in there now. And Sean Morrissey is injured up here on our left. After making that clearance for Bennettsbridge, he got a knock and went down. And requires attention. Sean is playing right corner, wearing 4. So the first score for Bennettsbridge, very same pattern as the last day. Thomastown took a 3-point lead, then the Bridge scored, and eventually ended up going in leading at half time. So Sean Morrissey restored to full health, back in his position. Neil O'Mara for Thomastown. Wind behind him, remember, freshening all the time. Luke Blanchfield, 3 Blanchfields playing, 2 for the Bridge, 1 for Thomastown. This is Andrew Keogh. Good shot from the kneeling position. finds his man too. Gary Lahan shot, and Gary Lahan puts it right and wide. And if he only knew there was no one within 10 yards of him. Micheál Shield once again to puck out. Busy goalkeeper today. Halfway through the first half. 3 points for Thomastown, 1 point for Bennettsbridge. Gary Mason. Michael Donnelly. Playing it close. Ball near the sideline. Referee will throw the ball in. Away we go again. And a free in for Bennettsbridge. Pushing the back, knocked to the ground. Aidan Clear ready to take this free. Enda Morrissey, the man fouled. Now he missed the first one from the far side. He's much the same distance out, just over 50 metres from the post, but a little bit further away from the goal this time. 10 metres to the right of the post. Aidan Clear. Not going right at all for him. It's gone to the left this time and gone wide. Well, his frees kept the bridge in it last week. So far, he hasn't found the radar. Neil O'Mara, long and high. Aidan Clear coming out to meet the full forward, but he can't control it. Cleared up for Thomastown. Shane Nolan leaves it. Oh, that's a bad hand pass to nobody in particular, only a Thomastown. Luke Blanchfield is a Thomastown man. He's going back towards his own goal now. He has it. Well knocked away. Cormac Wafer. Mark Welch. Off the Bennettsbridge man, but once again a push. The referee says push in the back. And a free. A Bennettsbridge man down injured just beside the referee here in the centre of the field. More attention required. So Hugh O'Neill, the man down injured, is back on his feet, and it's a free for Bennettsbridge. Robert Lennon, the fullback, to take it. Big strong man, long hard shot, drifting down. Aidan Clear along the ground, but the Thomastown defenders doing well and come away with the ball. Surrounded by bridge men. And the ball comes out. And Owen O'Connor trying to kick it forward, but Thomastown are there and clear their lines. Barry Whelan once again, but the bridge men have it. Good hand pass. Cormac Wafer dragged to the ground. That's a free for Bennettsbridge. Word from Dominic Connolly for Michael Donnelly. Once more might be once too many. Aidan Clear was going to take a short one, but decided against it. About 2 metres.
The last two, Aidan Clear, he needs this to go over, and it's over.
And it's between the 45 and 65, and it is an excellent score from Aidan Clear. And now the deficit is down to just 19 and a half minutes gone. Thomastown 3 points, Bennettsbridge 2 points, and no doubt as the scores grow, so will their confidence, the Bennettsbridge lads, because they have missed a few opportunities. But so if Thomastown, is that down to the conditions? Is that down to nerves? Is that down to just good marking? Because a lot of the time when guys are taking shots at goal, they've got, a player from the opposition hanging off them.
Very much so, but in this case, but Thomastown started off great in the first 10 minutes, but now there's only a point in it. So, Bennettsbridge have done well. I know it's only 3 points to 2, but Bennettsbridge have certainly done well to weather the storm in the first 10 minutes. And if Bennettsbridge need one or two of their bigger players now to come to the top.
Lots of turnovers in the half forward line. Thomastown can't hang on to it. It's Kevin Butler who lost it up there now, and Bennettsbridge have played it into the corner where it's picked up by their point scorer from play, Liam Blanchfield. Blanchfield passes it back inside to a man who drops it just inside the 45, looking to bounce it off the ground. That's Owen O'Connor. O'Connor loses it but has the wherewithal to play it back along the ground in towards Liam Blanchfield. Blanchfield's going to lob it into the square and it goes across the face of goal, but it might come to clear, who has a pull on the ground, and it's straight at the keeper who dances away from trouble. Very good work from Neil O'Mara. O'Mara brings it out to the 13 and hits it down the newsstand side where it's gathered by a midfielder of Bennettsbridge. Now they pick it up on the breaking ball. Thomastown trying to fight for it and get it back, and they have done just that. It's a fiercely contested contest here in Nolan Park. Thomastown still with it in midfield between the 65s in their blue jerseys. It's Michael Donnelly. Michael Donnelly slips it to Owen Manning, who has a bit of space. He slips just outside the 45, keeps the run going, loses it in the D, but has won the free in straight in front of goal.
Not too sure would I agree with that. I think keen thing going on here again. Hugh O'Neill is constantly going down here, and he's injured, Oisín, and Hugh O'Neill is a big player for Bennettsbridge. He's obviously carrying some injury going into the game. Now the key battles are going on with the different county minors, and Thomas O'Hanlon is in bother here, so they're two key players for both teams now limping. Hopefully nothing too serious, but both teams both players are limping. The key battles are going on, and at this stage 3 points or 4 points to 2. Should that be 4 points to 2?
It should be 4 points to 2 because Michael Donnelly stuck that free over, but it was met by a very muted applause. It's almost as if people were following what was going on in the middle regards the injury. We'll come back to this in a second because I think it's 4 points to 2. It says 3-2 on the scoreboard. If it's a contentious game at the end, or a close game I should say at the end, that might be made a very big deal of. Now it's Gary Lahan in midfield, pops it off there to Robert O'Hanrahan. O'Hanrahan goes in long. It's guided by the stick of a forward into the path of Burke, but Burke can't quite get there, and it's taken by the fullback Robert Lennon. Robert Lennon breaking his way through Thomastown players to give it back outside to Kevin Blanchfield. Kevin Blanchfield can't hang on to it, and Thomastown have won it back to Adrian Burke, and Burke has a shot from just outside the 20-metre line and has a great shot at goal which has gone over, and it's now 5 points to 2. 23 minutes gone in the Kilkenny Citroen Centre Minor Hurling Championship replay. Bennettsbridge trailing Thomastown by 5 points to 2. This game on KCLR 96 FM, brought to you by John Brennan Machinery Supplies, Kilkenny. Adrian Ronan.
Something's going on here in the line with Hugh O'Neill and the mentors. He's not happy, and he possibly could have got a free there, and Adrian Burke did very well to put it over the bar. But the key men for Bennettsbridge did. Hugh O'Neill, Aidan Clear need to up their game. Whatever's going to look, Hugh O'Neill now has now gone to middle of the field, and he's going centre forward. Sorry, Hugh O'Neill's now gone to centre forward where he hurled last week. So the key battles, the key men are there's changes going on here.
And a free in won by Thomastown inside the 65, and with the free takers they'd fancy their chances. Michael Donnelly scoring a free earlier on in the game. Robert O'Hanrahan came up from wing back to also score one, so they have two free takers, and they're having a discussion now as to who will actually take it. And standing over it also is Thomas O'Hanrahan, who scored a point from play. He might fancy it himself. Michael Donnelly has the helmet off and looks a little bit shaken. He's taking a drink of water. He looks like he should be okay though, Adrian.
Yeah, again, I know we're watching what's happening here, but Hugh O'Neill has gone to full force. Clearly there's something wrong with him. They brought Liam Blanchfield to middle of the field. Now that's a change they may not want to have made, but I think, and I hope I'm right, Hugh O'Neill, when he at full forward, if they can get the ball into him, he might be injured, but if they can get the ball into him, he has the capability of doing some damage. And Liam Blanchfield is an excellent young hurler, so I think these changes might benefit Bennettsbridge, even though the score now is 5-2. I mean, Bennettsbridge can't afford to be giving away frees to Michael Donnelly. And
Donnelly has the free on the grey stand side of Nolan Park inside the 65. He's given it plenty of power. It's lobbing towards the country end, and that one has gone up. His third free of the game, and now Thomastown lead by 6 points to 2. There's 6 minutes to go in this Minor A County Championship hurling final replay, and Thomastown leading by 6 points to 2. Live on KCLR 96 FM. I'm Oisín Langan. This is Adrian Ronan. And his ball launched into midfield. It's come down off the stick, and trying to fight back for it now is Liam Blanchfield, who flicks it down the park, and chasing there with him was Gary Mason, who got a stick to it, and Thomastown get it away. It's long towards the 45. It's batted out of the air by Robert Lennon, but only as far as Adrian Burke, who has already scored a point in this game. Burke makes his way back towards the 65 and then plays it into the middle. He's looking for forwards. He's found Luke Blanchfield. Blanchfield sweeps it to Michael Donnelly. Donnelly has a shot between the 45 and the 20-metre line, and Donnelly, as you can tell by the crowd noise, has put that one over. It's his fourth of the game. It's his first from play. 5 minutes to go to the break. Thomastown 7 points, Bennettsbridge 2 points, and Thomastown are back on top. Adrian Ronan.
Definitely Bennettsbridge need to get into this game. There's too many players looking out at the sideline, looking for excuses from the Bennettsbridge crowd, shouting at the mentors, which it's of nothing to do with the mentors. There's too many of the big players from Bennettsbridge now. The Bennettsbridge players need to stand up. As I said earlier, too many lads are looking out into the sideline, one or two lads looking for excuses. Thomastown are certainly on top, and Bennettsbridge need to score before half time to stay in this game.
And Pat Tracy is wandering around Nolan Park. We'll be going to him very shortly indeed to get his bird's eye view of what's going on, and a change made by Thomastown coming into the game is Eddie Corway, and it's slipped into the middle where it's picked up by Bennettsbridge corner forward Blanchfield having a shot from inside the 45. It's going to have the distance, but will it have the accuracy? The answer is no. It was worth a shot at goal from Blanchfield. He was quite unlucky. It was a brave decision to go for that score, because he could have easily given it short and he could have easily bottled it, but he didn't. He went for it. It didn't work out, but that's a good sign of a young kid to have a pop like that.
He's 15 years of age. He's come out middle of the field. As I said, he's a good natural talent, I suppose. Look, if O'Neill can get the ball in, there's too many lads shouting out to the mentors, and I think Bennettsbridge need to concentrate what's going on in the field.
Now the ball is in the middle of the park. It's held up on that far side as we're looking from the Walsh stand side. There is a bit of sand on that area, but not too much. The surface has stayed remarkably in contact, and it's absolutely marvellous how they've managed to keep the surface so good despite last week's conditions. The free in has been won by Bennettsbridge, or is it a line ball? In fact, it's a line ball, I do beg your pardon. It's just inside the 65, with Bennettsbridge desperately needing a score. 3.5 minutes to go to the break. Thomastown 7 points, Bennettsbridge 2 points. Adrian Ronan.
Yeah, as you mentioned, the field is holding up well. That's down to the great work of Timmy Grogan and Mick O'Neill.
It's down the line, but it doesn't get great distance on it. It's intercepted by Gary Lahan. Gary Lahan puts it down towards Adrian Burke. It goes under Burke, and he's beaten to it now by the full-back Robert Lennon. Robert Lennon switches it over to the left-hand side. It's met by the stick of a Thomastown man. He guides it into the path of Owen Manning. Manning swivels and lobs it in past the 45, where it's met by the hand fantastically of Shane Nolan. Shane Nolan gets it down the park. He's looking for the forwards with Bennettsbridge needing a score. It's guided along the ground by Mark Walsh. It's now out to the number 10, Owen Manning. Owen Manning is inside his own 45, just off the Walsh stand side. Lobs it into the centre of the park, where it's plucked out of the air magnificently by Kevin Blanchfield, who's riding the tackles here and getting away from his men. He's blocked off, but illegally so according to the referee. Michael Donnelly with the foul, free into Bennettsbridge.
Again, Oisin, not an easy one from Aidan Clear, but again for Bennettsbridge, he needs this to go over. Bennettsbridge have fell away in the last 10 minutes, and unfortunately too many of them are, as I said earlier. Look, here's a good run now,
and it's taken short by Clear, who slips it into the middle to the 45. It was about 2 or 3 metres off the Walsh stand side. The shot is coming in from Enda Morrissey. It's lobbing towards goal, and it lobs wide, and it's still 7 points to 2 in favour of Thomastown with 28 minutes gone. Adrian.
Aidan Clear should have maybe went. If you look at the demeanour of some of the Bennettsbridge players, unfortunately some of them are looking for excuses. As we said, Aidan Clear possibly should have went for that score at 7 points to 2. They're in a spot of bother, and they need a score, as we mentioned earlier. But it's still not all over. 7 points to 2. They're still in the game, of course.
And Neil O'Mara hitting it out towards the middle of the park. It's hit off a Bennettsbridge stick. It comes though to the Thomastown centre back Barry Whelan, who's kicking it along the ground and now picking it up with the stick. He gets to the 45, slips it into a free man who's just outside the 20. Ball on stick, tries to find Burke. Good defending though from Bennettsbridge, who just got a man in the way. Now it's picked up on the breaking ball by Thomas O'Hanrahan, who hits it wide from just outside the 20 metre line inside the D. It remains Thomastown 7 points, Bennettsbridge 2 points, 29 minutes gone in the game.
Robert Lennon did very well there. He stopped a certain goal. That's 2 goal chances possibly that Bennettsbridge should have had. Thomastown are certainly on top, and after 29 minutes are certainly the better team. And as we said earlier, still not putting Bennettsbridge away. 7 points to 2 and 2 goal chances missed.
And we'll go to Pat Tracy at half time, but there is just 50 or so seconds left of this half. It's won again by Thomastown in the centre of the park, but it's intercepted on the ground by Kevin Blanchfield, who tries to get it into the path of his teammate, and he has managed to do that now. And now it's guided down the park by Aidan Clear. Clear puts it long, where it's caught by the goalkeeper of Thomastown, Neil O'Mara. Comes out to the 20 metre line. He's wrapped up by Bennettsbridge players. The keeper is down on the ground. They can't get a clean shot at goal. He's still on the ground. It rolls towards the goal. It's picked up by the cornerback Gary Mason, who runs out to the left hand side. He clears it into the grey stand side, and Neil O'Mara was very brave there. The Thomastown goalkeeper, he's still on the ground on the 20 metre line, but that was brave play from the young Thomastown man.
Yeah, he did very well coming out to the ball and had a great sidestep there, but just maybe held on to that fraction early. It wasn't a Melissa's challenge, it was more of a tough challenge, and he just got it in the face, unfortunately. But I'd say he's okay. It's more a temporary lie down maybe as a possibility towards an injury. Again, as we said, Bennettsbridge maybe had that chance again, Oisín. Bennettsbridge are not out of the game entirely, but they need to get a score here before they're winning the key battles. Thomastown is.
Now it's a line ball to Bennettsbridge, just outside the 45 in Thomastown's half of the pitch. They need a score coming into the break. We're a minute into injury time at the end of the first half, with Thomastown leading by 7 points to 2. It's a slip ball inside to the forward, flick back towards the 45. They have kept it, Bennettsbridge, and now they're trying to shuffle away and get a shot at goal. It's slipped inside, it's over the top. The back has collided with the forward there, and Thomastown have managed to clear it down the park, down the left hand side. They were looking for Andrew Keogh, who came out for it there, but he's beaten to it by the Bennettsbridge back. It's played into midfield where it's caught by full forward Thomas O'Hanrahan. Well, he's got 14 on his back, but he's been dropping very deep all day. O'Hanrahan comes forward, and a high challenge just outside the 45, 10 or so metres in, and the yellow card will come from the referee, and the free will come to Thomastown, and they lead by 7 points to 2 with 1.5 minutes gone of injury time at the end of the first half in the Kilkenny Citroen Centre Minor Hurling Championship. A Ryan A County Final replay.
I hope it's only a yellow card, Oisín. He's speaking to him sternly as it depends how long Thomas Hanrahan stays down. Yeah, it's a yellow. Bennettsbridge again, that should have been over the bar for Bennettsbridge. That ball went down the field. Again, this is a chance for Michael Donnelly. 8 points to 2, when it should certainly have been a 7-4 game or a 7-3 game. Bennettsbridge had a chance there to make it 7-3. For all the chances, to be fair to Bennettsbridge, they're after missing 2 or 3 scoreable frees possibly, and Thomastown are coming down and they're taking their chances. And possibly after this ball going over the bar now, Thomastown are going to win a very, very strong position.
While we're waiting for this stoppage to end, and while we're waiting for play to continue, let's go to Pat Tracy, who's watching this game from a better and closer angle than us. Pat.
Yes, well, down here on the sideline, and the general feeling is that Thomastown have missed a share of good chances, but the beginning maybe to question the fact that Thomas Tucker Hanrahan is at centre forward. The feeling is that he should be nearer the goal. If you're a Bennettsbridge person, you'd be feeling that you'd be delighted to see him out around the middle of the field, and he had to make that run from his own 70-yard line. Derek Dooley is here. You know these lads pretty well. What's your thoughts?
I think Thomastown are deserving of the league so far. A bit slow to start, both teams. Always, I think, in the replay, it's very hard to get up to the intensity of the last day. Thomastown seem that small bit hungrier and have that small bit of an edge. As Tucker went out to midfield, he's beginning to win a bit of.
And we're just losing Pat Tracy there. We will go back to him after Michael Donnelly takes his free from just outside the 45, 3 or 4 metres off the stand side. He's put that one over. It's his 4th free of the game. It's his 5th score of the game. 33 minutes gone. We're 3 minutes into injury time at the end of the first half. Thomastown leading by 8 points to 2 against Bennettsbridge. I will go back to Pat as soon as the half-time whistle is blown, which I think, no, it hasn't been. The referee just with a shrill blast there, but not actually blowing the whistle. Now he has 8 points to 2 to Thomastown at the break, and back to Pat Tracy. Pat.
Yes.
Championship final replay. Thomastown 8 points, Bennettsbridge 2 points.
Is given to Bennettsbridge in the middle of the park. They do need to score early in the second half. They went I think it was well over 15 minutes before they scored in the first half. It's a bend and lift and strike, but not a strike. In fact, it's being brought forward. So Aidan Clear, who has already scored 1 free in this game, one of only 2 scores for Bennettsbridge, will have the chance in the middle of the park inside the 65, roughly between the 65 and the 45, facing the country end of Nolan Park. He's standing with his back to us on the Walsh stand side of Nolan Park. The clouds are getting darker, but the rain has held off so far. It's a low trajectory one, and it's guided away for a 65. It had to be batted away by the defender because it was dropping under the bar, and a goal would have done wonders maybe for Bennettsbridge at the start of the second half.
Yeah, as we said earlier, again, I suppose at this early stage, Aidan Clear free taking today is probably not what I'd like it to be. He's normally a very, very good free taker, but again, he still has a chance if he can get this ball over the bar. For all the hurling, as we said, that Thomastown have done, 8 points to 3, start of a second half in the minor county final. If he gets this, Bennettsbridge are still in the game, and there it is over.
And it's carrying towards goal, and it is over. You called it before it went over. That's how confident you were, and you were absolutely right as well, Adrian, because that's his second score of the game from a dead ball situation. 1 minute and 20 seconds gone in the second half. Bennettsbridge trailing by 5 points. It's 8 points to 3 in favour of Thomastown. Pat Tracy is on the sideline. Let's go to him to get his early thoughts on the second half. Pat.
As Adrian said, the opening few minutes are vital, and it looks as if Bennettsbridge are up in the tempo for the second half, and if they get a few early scores, it's anyone's game.
And they're in behind here, and the low shot has come into the forward. Oh, it's somehow gone into the back of the net. It's widen in at the stick, and it was a bad mistake by the Thomastown defence. A low shot coming from outside the 20-metre line. I think the last touch was from Kevin Brennan, who's wearing 16 despite the fact that he's outfield, and he guided it into the back of the net. There's 2 points between them. 2 minutes gone in the second half. It's Thomastown 8 points, Bennettsbridge 1-3, and you can hear what that has done for the Bennettsbridge crowd.
As we said, Bennettsbridge needed to start, and they've got to start. It's still vital. They could get the ball into Kevin Blanchfield. I think young Brennan maybe done a messy trick from Barcelona and just overstepped the ball, but if they can get the ball into this guy Blanchfield and Hugh O'Neill, they have a chance. They're going all out for Bennettsbridge, so it's up to them to get the ball in.
If you are a sub, you have to make an impact. That's exactly what Kevin Brennan has done. A goal with almost his first touch. Ball bounces into the path of Clear. Clear has got the ball on stick between the 45 and 20, has the shot. Neil O'Mara is equal to this one. Neil O'Mara might be a bit disappointed with that goal, but the man was very close to him. It was a hard bobbling one on the ground, especially in these conditions, as good as the pitch is now. It's in the Bennettsbridge defence between the 45 and the 65. It's cleared out of defence. They're on top at the moment. Comes into the hand of a Bennettsbridge man, but he's lost it. That man was Hugh O'Neill, who's carrying an injury, and he's down again. We'll come back to that. Cleared down the park, but only as far as Bennettsbridge. Cormac Wafer hits it inside the forward line. He's trying to balance it on the stick, the man who received it there on the ground. Now it's Owen O'Connor who's trying to kick it away. It goes to the right hand side. Thomastown have it inside their own 45. They are surrounded every time they get the ball, any Thomastown player, by Bennettsbridge players. Trying to run it up the park is Gary Lahan, who gets up to the 65 at a tight angle. Lahan slips it inside to Thomas O'Hanrahan. Tucker now hitting it down the park. It's bouncing towards the 45, but it's off the stick here. Sean Morrissey flicks it into the man in the middle. That was Paul O'Neill. Paul O'Neill clears it down the park. It might fall here to the number 13, Liam Blanchfield, who's chasing after it. He's already got one score, but he's muscled off it very well by Kieran Tracy. Tracy's ball down the park is intercepted by Kevin Blanchfield, who guides it backwards to Willie Murphy. I think that is. Willie Murphy goes low down the wing, down towards the O'Loughlin Gales end. It's out over the line. It will be a line ball to Thomastown, and they certainly have upped the tempo, Bennettsbridge. 3 minutes gone, 4 minutes gone, I beg your pardon, of the second half of the County Minor A hurling final replay, and it is Thomastown 8 points.
It's just seemed a little winded.
And Thomastown have it in their defence, and it's cleared down the park by Robert O'Hanrahan. O'Hanrahan guiding it down towards the 45, and it's Bennettsbridge man first to it again. They are first to every ball in this second half. It's been very, very noticeable. They tried to get it into the path of Aidan Clear, but he's beaten to it by Gary Lahan. Gary Lahan over the 65, ball on stick, loses it, tries to get it on the breaking ball. He's got in his way Cormac Wafer loses it though, and now it's Thomas O'Hanrahan over the 45, trying to get his shot away. The defender's all over him, but he keeps the run going. He's dropped it on the ground, he goes to ground, and he's won the free in, Adrian Ronan, right outside the 13-metre line. That was an excellent run from O'Hanrahan. He had a bit of help there as well.
Yeah, he did very well, and he was trying to put the ball over the bar. He carried that little extra, and Robert Lennon took him out of it. As the boy said earlier, it looks as if Tucker would be better inside the edge of the square, but then how would they get the ball in? Thomastown are not getting the bloody ball in. He is the one making it happen there. But to be fair to young Wafer, Cormac Wafer, he's having a great game on Thomas Hanrahan. Thomas Hanrahan is one of the best county minor forwards in Kilkenny hurling, but young Wafer's doing very well. But I still think and I wonder, Bennettsbridge again had the ball down here the last 2 minutes and didn't take it to get a score. It came out too soft again, and again here's an easy score for Michael Donnelly to get back into the game and make it 9-1-3.
On the 20-metre line in the middle of the park facing the town end, will he go for goal or take his point? He's gone for the point, probably the wise option. It's another score from Michael Donnelly. It is his 5th free of the game, his 6th score overall, and with 6 minutes gone in the second half, it's Thomastown 9 points, Bennettsbridge 1-3. Pat Tracy down on the sideline. It's so intense out there, isn't it?
Yeah, well, the intensity that they had last week is back in the game, and Bennettsbridge have really stepped it up. And you know that they're after winning the battle in the middle of the field for the last 7 or 8 minutes, and it's shown on the scoreboard. It's going to be anyone's game from here to the finish.
Pat Tracy on the sideline there. You're listening to KCLR 96 FM. It's the County Minor Hurling Final replay between Bennettsbridge and Thomastown. It's Thomastown who lead by 9 points to 1-3 against the Bennettsbridge team, who quite simply didn't show up in the first half. Well, I can tell you they're here for the second, but Thomastown getting back into it now, and it's Donnelly who's going forward. He's got men hanging off him, but they've won the free. No, they've scored it. What a score that was. It's Thomastown who lead now by 10 points to 1-3. A fantastic surge forward and great strength shown by Michael Donnelly. I thought maybe he was fouled on the way through. I thought also it could have gone to Bennettsbridge. It was one of those decisions, but somehow the shot was got away and Thomastown have got the score. And those are the kind of scores, Adrian Ronan, that can be the difference in a county final. It's won by Thomastown in the middle of the park again. I'll come back to you in just a second. It's batted away by the Bennettsbridge defender. It goes up to the 65. Bennettsbridge trying to get it up off the ground. They have managed to do so. They're just inside their own 65 on the Walsh stand side. It's a fantastic run from Wafer down the right hand side, intercepted by the cornerback Gary Mason. He's fouled and it's a free out to Thomastown. Adrian, time for you to get back in.
Yeah, no, Thomastown are doing well, and in fairness, Michael Donnelly has a big reputation here at this stage, and he's after coming back into the game. The last score was a great score from the middle of the field. He's won the last puck out and he's starting to get into the game again. I keep going back to it, unfortunately. Enda Morrissey and Aidan Clear, two main guys for Bennettsbridge, they need to get into the game more. Donnelly and Liam Tucker are doing well. Young Wafer's doing very well at centre back, but Donnelly now is starting to dictate the game from the middle of the field. He's a very talented player, and a lot of it is expected of him from Thomastown, but Enda Morrissey needs to get into this game. I don't know where Enda was on him at least up to a few minutes ago.
It's so hard for young fellas to handle the pressure. Taking the free as we speak is Robert Hanrahan. He's half a metre off the Walsh stand side, inside his own 65. He's hit that one long. He's looking to get it into the square. Doesn't get that far, and it's Bennettsbridge who intercepted, trying to close off the angle. His own Manning. He can't stop the Manning clearing the ball. It goes into midfield. Breaking ball in the middle of the park on the grey stand side. It's picked up by Bennettsbridge, and it's a free into Bennettsbridge, who get a bit of respite. They exploded out of the blocks in the second half. It's gone a little bit quiet for them in the last few minutes. Thomastown have climbed back into it. They've scored 2 points, both from Michael Donnelly, one from a free, one from play, and Thomastown lead by 4 points. And there's a bit of a stoppage going on as we speak. Before we go to Pat Tracy, Adrian, I'll get your thoughts.
Yeah, Aidan Clear, or Hugh O'Neill has come back out there, and he's
tacked on 2 points after that then again.
Aidan Clear with the free.
Aidan Clear from the 65 with the free, 3 metres off the grey stand side. It's going towards the goal and it's gone over. What a free from Aidan Clear, and that could be a turning point in this game. By the way, Hugh O'Neill is playing on. What a young man he is. 41 minutes gone. Text 083 306 9696. Adrian Ronan.
Yeah, great free by Aidan Clear. That's what he's capable of. And as I said in the first half, he did miss 2 scoreable frees. But if Aidan Clear now, I know it's a big ask, can get into this game and get the ball, as we said, into the 2 boys, while I know Hugh O'Neill is clearly injured, Bennettsbridge will have every chance.
And he's playing on. He is the bionic man, Hugh O'Neill. Ball hit down the side by Gary Lahan. Gary Lahan lobbing it in towards the forward line. It's picked up on the breaking ball by Luke Blanchfield. Blanchfield has to turn around and shoot with his back to goal. That one has gone across the face of goal and wide. He shot one maybe he should have passed, Adrian.
Yeah, no, it's vital. I know we're after saying it. In the middle of the field, the battle, Enda Morrissey needs now to get on top of Michael Donnelly. Cormac Wafer needs to continue doing what he's doing from general play on young Tucker. And if Aidan Clear can win his battle with Barry Whelan, it'll give Bennettsbridge a chance. But they're the key 3 positions around the 265s.
Long ball dropped inside. It's picked up now by Kevin Blanchfield. Blanchfield lays it off to Cormac Wafer. Cormac Wafer, rather than going long, goes short with a stick pass, which he gave to Enda Morrissey. Morrissey has to go back outside the left hand side, and Bennettsbridge forced to go backwards, and Thomas O'Hanrahan has turned the ball over. He's running down the right hand side, egg on spoon style, ball over the 45. Hanrahan with the shot off the left hand side. It's going towards goal and wide. So unlucky from O'Hanrahan. 42 minutes gone. It's still Thomastown 10 points, Bennettsbridge 1-4.
Yeah, no, again, we have to mention that ball should have been down the other end of the field. If young Wafer got the ball, he should have drive it down to young Blanchfield or down to Hugh O'Neill. These guys are capable of doing something if they can get the ball. And I know we keep saying the same thing, but it's vital. I still give Bennettsbridge a chance here.
Absolutely, they're only 3 points down. It's a nothing lead in hurling, a 3-point lead into the middle of the field where Wafer is under that one for Bennettsbridge. He has lobbed it without even taking a step in towards the square. They've already got one goal. Can they get a second one? Not on this particular occasion. Gary Mason cleans up at the back, and Mason hand passes it out to Mark Walsh. Mark Walsh from just outside the 20 metre line on the left hand side hits it long into the middle of the park where it's between the 65s. Wafer is under it for Bennettsbridge, can't get it up off the ground. It's gone out over the line. It is a line ball to Thomastown inside the 65. Quite frankly, that decision, Adrian, could have gone either way.
No, not too sure about that. I think there's a clash ball of anything, but again, we don't like criticising referees, but I think there was a chop on Cormac Wafer before that. Young Mason there for Thomastown is doing very well. He's after coming out with the last 3 balls, young Gary Mason. And again, as I keep saying, Bennettsbridge are getting the chances if they can get the ball in. They're coming out too soft, unfortunately, for Bennettsbridge, but if they can get the ball in, then take their chances.
Now taking the line ball is Gary Lahan. Gary Lahan goes low, whether that was by accident or design I'm not sure, but he's gone to Luke Blanchfield, who received it. Luke Blanchfield put a ball in low, which didn't really find any blue jersey, which it needed to do. Willie Murphy now clears it down the park for Bennettsbridge, but only as far as Robert O'Hanrahan, who's trying to pick it up. He receives the hit, goes to ground, and he's won the decision. No, he hasn't. It's gone to Bennettsbridge. He has done very well, the Bennettsbridge man there. It's a line ball between the 65 and the 45 with 44 minutes gone in this game. It's Thomastown 10 points, Bennettsbridge 1-4. Pat Tracy is on the sideline. Let's go back to him now. Pat, your thoughts?
Yeah, well, the game very evenly poised now at the moment, and you'd have to say that Bennettsbridge are coming back into it that little bit more. It's going to be crucial if they can get a score or two in the next minute.
And it's Cuppet forward, who's in the D, who has a shot, and it's gone over the bar. It might have been a goal. It is a point. It was a fantastically worked score, lobbed in from the line ball. It was caught. The forward turned around, had his shot, and put it over the bar. 10 points to 1-5 is the score as we speak, and it was Owen O'Connor who got his first of the game. And that was a vital score from young O'Connor. Adrian Ronan with the score 10 points to 1-5 in favour of Thomastown in the Minor A County Final replay. 083 306 9696, the text line number. Owen O'Connor has gone down. He's just tying his lace. Maybe he's got a bit of cramp, but what a score by him.
No, as Pat Tracy remarked earlier, the intensity's back in the game for sure. Bennettsbridge have upped intensity. And it's clearly there for whoever wants to win it now. Bennettsbridge have upped their game big time, and I keep saying it again. If they can get the ball into the boys in here, they seem to have the measure of them into full back line, the Thomastown full back line.
It's launched into midfield. Both sets of players going up for this one. It's batted down into the path of Barry Whelan, the Thomastown centre back, who rides through tackles and gets up to the 65, drops it on the ground. Bennettsbridge try and turn it over. They can't do so. It's a flick off the ground and a smack down the park. Aim for the hand of Luke Blanchfield. Blanchfield can't get there. Kevin Blanchfield of Bennettsbridge almost got there, and it's turned back over by Thomastown. It's Gary Lahan who has it inside the 65, has a long range shot of it, goes over. It's a fantastic score. It's gone just wide, and it was Michael Donnelly, I beg your pardon, with that shot. 46 minutes gone. Thomastown still leading by 10 points to 1-5. Adrian Ronan.
Yeah, no, again, we mentioned it. That key battle is Michael Donnelly and Enda Morrissey. Michael Donnelly's winning there in the last 10 minutes. Enda Morrissey is a big player for the Bennettsbridge. He needs to get on closer to Michael Donnelly at this stage.
Ball smacked into the middle of the park. It's swung on there by Kevin Blanchfield in the air. He got it down the park, but only as far as a Thomastown man who's aimed his pass down the left hand side. It's now into the path of Gary Lahan. Lahan trying to turn and get away from his man Cormac Wafer. Lahan with the ball on the stick, running towards the 20 metre line, curbing his run inside the 13, drops it on the ground, picks it up again, trying to bash his way through physically. Has he won the free, and the referee is allowing play to continue. Almost comes to a Thomastown stick now. It does come to another Thomastown man. Michael Donnelly receives the pass. He's got his back to goal, gives the hand pass to Thomas Hanrahan. Hanrahan trying to get his shot away, but his route is blocked. Now he's picked it up again, trying to curb his run inside. He's running along the 13 metre line, receives the hit. It's turned over by Bennettsbridge. Thomastown have it again. The shot from the tight angle, lobbed across the face of goal, almost met by Andrew Keogh. Not quite enough on it though from Keogh, and Bennettsbridge have it, and then they give it away. Hanrahan guides it back into the path of Adrian Burke. Adrian Burke between the 45 and the 20 metre line. His attempted shot was quite frankly teleposted. It was blocked down. He's fouled his man. It's a free out to Bennettsbridge, who've ridden out the storm again. 47 minutes gone in the game. Thomastown leading by 10 points to 1-5. Free out to Bennettsbridge. Adrian Rowan.
That could be a turning point. The Bennettsbridge backs did very well. The Thomastown forwards went in twice looking for frees and didn't get him, and unfortunately then one of the Thomastown players started giving out to his own player when he should have clearly done something with it himself. Aidan, as I said, look, Bennettsbridge are still with a chance. They're starting to have a fighting spirit. I know it's only 1-5 to 10 points, but another big score could happen for Bennettsbridge here. yeah.
Wafer lobs it into the square from the free. It could go anywhere, as you say. It comes off a Thomastown stick. It's guided out to the left-hand side. They were launching that one into the O'Loughlin Gales end. Bennettsbridge playing from left to right as we look from the wall stand in the second half, and it's a 65 to Bennettsbridge from out on the right hand side, closer to the wall stand side than the grey stand side. 96 FM, by the way, brought to you by John Brennan Machinery Supplies, Kilkenny. Have your say on 086 306 9696. Is Clear about to have his say from the 65. Clear has hit it over the bar. What a score from Aidan Clear of Bennettsbridge, and with just over 11 minutes to go, it is Bennettsbridge 1-6, Thomastown 10 points. It's a 1 point game. Pat Tracy on the sideline. What a big moment that was.
Certainly was, and the pressure was on Aidan Clear on that one, but I think the clearance before that from Bennettsbridge defence, as Adrian said, it was like a score, and could easily be a turning point, because Thomastown should have scored that time.
Ball into the middle of the park. This one is truly in the mentoring pot. It's thoroughly exciting. It's guided along the ground by O'Hanrahan. O'Hanrahan slips on the way through. He's won the free and just outside the 45, slightly to the left of the middle. But Adrian, I get from your tone, you don't think that was a free?
No, I think he was a bit harsh on I think it was Enda Morrissey. He clearly got the ball away. Again, we hate, as we said, hate mentioning referees, but on a few occasions I think the ball has the referee has went in favour of Thomastown, and again this is bread and butter to Michael Donnelly. 40 yards out, middle of the post, a point for Michael Donnelly more than likely, but again that was a soft free possibly that Bennettsbridge gave away, or whatever way you look at it, but this should go over, no Michael Donnelly.
It's absolutely breathless watching this game. Donnelly now putting it up onto the stick, having a shot at goal, and Donnelly has put that one over, and Thomastown re-establish a 2 point lead. 15 minutes gone in the game, 10 left. Thomastown 11 points, Bennettsbridge 1-6, and that was yet another score from Michael Donnelly, who's already scored 6 from frees and 2 from play. And while I'm not a big fan of the Man of the Match award, he would be very close to it if I was. Donnelly with a fantastic display for Thomastown, and it's won in the middle of the park by O'Hanrahan. O'Hanrahan with 14 on his back for Thomastown, playing in the middle, going down the park. It's off his stick over the line. It's a line ball to Thomastown between the 65 and the 45 inside Bennettsbridge territory, and as you can tell, the crowd do not agree with that decision. Adrian Ronan.
Yeah, I think that was right, in fairness to the linesman in that case. I think it's clearly, but look, Thomastown are after coming back in there now. It's obviously going to go down to the wire. Both sets of players have to be admired for their commitment here at this stage. It's clear Thomastown now have brought back a man standing in front of young Blanchfield here, so Thomastown have decided maybe it's time to shut up shop here.
Now it is Gary standing under this one. He gets a bit of air on it, but it's intercepted by Wafer. Wafer is wearing 14, but he's dropping very deep for Bennettsbridge, almost protecting that half back line. It's now come to O'Hanrahan in the middle of the park for Thomastown, but he can't get away from the Bennettsbridge players who crowded him out of that one. Fantastic turnover. It's Aidan Clear down the park, aiming it in at the one and only forward who is in there. He's now joined with some support, but it's too late as Barry Whelan picks it up for Thomastown and hits it out the right hand side. He was aiming that ball at Luke Blanchfield, who's on the grey stand side. He tries to guide it along the ground, can't do so, but it has come now to Adrian Burke. I think that one is Eddie Corway actually on the ball. Now it's a run through from Donnelly. Donnelly over, gets it out to O'Hanrahan. O'Hanrahan tuckers, he's now with the ball and stick inside the 20 metre line, has the shot, blocked down bravely, and now it comes to the corner forward. Burke gets it outside here to Owen Manning, who has a bit of trouble controlling it. He's got his back to goal. Now he does get the shot away. It's lobbing towards goal. It's caught by the hand of Michael Shield, the goalkeeper of Bennettsbridge. Shield runs out along the end line, hits it towards the 45, intercepted by Owen Manning of Thomastown. Thomastown man Owen Manning gets his pass away with the hand into Michael Donnelly. Donnelly with the shot from outside on the right hand side. Donnelly hits it wide. He was unlucky there. He was surrounded. 8 minutes to go. Thomastown leading by 11 points to 1-6 in this Minor A hurling final replay, brought to you on KCLR 96 FM by John Brennan Machinery Supplies, Kilkenny. Ball into the middle, it's taken in the loose by Gary Lahan. Gary Lahan has a shot from outside the 45, 3 metres off the wall stand side. It drops short. It's Burke who has it. Burke is on his knees, slips it into the middle. Corway is chasing after this one. Corway picks it up, but he's back to goal. He's in the D, has a shot towards goal, batted away by the goalkeeper. Might have been better off putting a bit of power behind that one and going for the point, didn't do so. Bennettsbridge try and guide it out towards the right hand side with the pressure coming in from Adrian Burke, and it's now going high into the middle of the park. It's anyone's game, and it's anyone's ball as they chase after it there. It was Whelan who got his stick to it. It's out over the line. It's a line ball between the 65s to Bennettsbridge. What an encounter this is. 7 minutes to go. Thomastown leading by 11 points to 1-6 Adrian Rowan.
Wasn't the cleverest time to take a sharp puck there. Michael Shields put the wing back under pressure, but Bennettsbridge are still in the game. Tucker and Thomas Hanlon and Michael Donnelly are dictating the game for Thomastown, to be fair. And again, as I keep saying, the Bennettsbridge big men need to get into this game in the next few minutes, because the match will be over.
Barry Whelan got under the high ball in from Bennettsbridge. He's won his own breaking ball, and now he's won the free out inside the 45. And every ball won, every tackle made, every block made, every hook made is being greeted with a large cheer like it's a score. And Pat Tracy, you're standing in front of the crowd, in front of the wall stand, so no doubt you're hearing that even clearer than we are.
That's for sure, and the one thing that's noticeable is that in general play, the Bennettsbridge forwards are all going back down the field. There was, at one stage, there was 5 Thomastown defenders to 2 Bennettsbridge forwards here.
Intercepted by Paul O'Neill, who runs up the park, slips it inside to clear. The man who they need to get on the ball if they want to get scores, he lobs it in towards the square. O'Mara, the goalkeeper, has dropped it. Stroke comes in almost from Blanchfield, who couldn't get his stick to it. O'Mara getting in the way. They rode their luck there, Thomastown. They've gotten away with it. They have given away the line ball just outside the 20-metre line. But what a moment that was. Scary for Thomastown, unlucky for Bennettsbridge. 11 points to 1-6. Thomastown still leading this game. They've got the line ball, and Clear has gone over to take that one. We'll get the thoughts of Adrian Ronan in just a second, live on KCLR 96 FM. It's minor hurling final replay day. Royan A division, it has to be said as well. Thomastown leading by 2 points, and the ball goes in low. This one could go anywhere. It comes to a Bennettsbridge man who has a shot. It's blocked, but comes to another Bennettsbridge player who has a shot. He's crowded out. It's still in the small square. Players rocking inside there in a rugby parlance, and it's a blue jersey Thomastown man who picks it up and clears it away. He gets it out to Tucker of Thomastown, who's standing on his own 45. Tucker runs to the right hand side. He's been dispossessed. Now getting onto it is Kevin Blanchfield. Blanchfield has a shot inside the 45. It's lobbing towards goal. It's gone over. It's a 1 point game. There's 5 minutes to go in this game. Thomastown 11 points, Bennettsbridge 1-7. What a score that was from Kevin Blanchfield, his first of the game, and what a time to get it.
Great second half, great comeback by Bennettsbridge. But to be fair to both teams, to be fair to Thomastown and Bennettsbridge, after putting in a great second half. And again, to be fair to the goalkeeper, young O'Mara, while he dropped the ball, he got back brilliantly to save it. I've said it all along, if they can get the ball into these guys inside, they look more dangerous inside Bennettsbridge when they can get the ball in. This is a vital 5 minutes for both teams.
Our sound man today, Pat Maher, asked me before the game, am I a talker or a shouter? I told him I was a talker. That was a lie, Pat. I'm a shouter, especially when the game is this exciting. Barry Whelan now picks it up. Whelan tries to get it down the park. It was a poor clearance. It's intercepted by Wafer. Wafer hits it in towards the forwards. It's gone over the head of the back, and Blanchfield is chasing after this one, but O'Mara, the goalkeeper, comes up to the 13-metre line and clears it away, lobs it in towards the centre, almost picked up there by a Thomastown man, but luckily it falls into the path of Mark Walsh, the number 5 for Thomastown, the wing back. Now it's onto the stick of the runner. He's running towards the 45, slipped down the line from Owen Manning. Manning gave it inside there to Blanchfield. Blanchfield's pass is aimed towards the forward, Adrian Burke, but Burke can't get it up off the ground. Might still be there for Thomastown. They've picked it up with their man with his back to goal. He gets it out to Manning. Manning's running inside the 13-metre line, having received the pass from Blanchfield. And it goes back outside now to Luke Blanchfield. Blanchfield lobs it across. Maybe he ran out of options there. Took the wrong one either way. It's turned over by Bennettsbridge. We've got 4 minutes left. Bennettsbridge trailing by 1. Barry Whelan drops it in midfield and somehow guides it away along the ground from Clear, who is putting the pressure on. Whelan picks it up, runs towards the 45. He's hooked, and Bennettsbridge have turned it over. Ball on stick, over his own 65, over to Thomastown 65. He's running out of options, runs into a crowd of blue jerseys, and Thomastown have turned it back over, but again can't hang on to it. A collision in midfield. It wasn't nasty, it wasn't vicious. It was one of these things that happens in hurling, and Pat Tracy, Bennettsbridge with a man down in midfield with 3.5 minutes to go in the minor A county hurling final replay, with Thomastown leading by 11 points to 1-7. Pat.
Yeah, well, it's at the crucial time. Thomastown have had enough chances to win this game. They've overplayed it at least 4 or 5 times in attack when they looked to get goals and when points were on. And even that time, there was a point on for Thomastown, but kept running and running. They've been overplaying the ball in the forwards, and it looks like Aidan Clear is going to have this long range free, and given the way he's been hitting them, you'd expect him to score it, but the pressure will be on him to score it. Derek Dooley, what's your thoughts at this stage?
We could be going to extra time, Pat. Certainly Thomastown had the winning of it in their hands there. They've missed about 1-3 in the last 10 minutes, which would have put the game beyond doubt. Bennettsbridge have kept in touch with scores with points from frees, and looks like it could be level now. And it'll be all to play for in the last 4 or 5 minutes. How much injury time will be, I don't know. I assume maybe 2 or 3 minutes. There's been a couple of injuries there in the second half. Going to be a cliffhanger, Pat? We don't know yet. Still all to play the last couple of minutes. See, the Bennettsbridge man is back on his feet now again. Aidan Clear is standing over the free. This is going to be a massive free for Aidan, and Aidan set us up for a very exciting half.
Aidan Clear is standing over the ball inside the 65. We'll be back to Pat Tracy momentarily. Clear to level up the game. He's in the middle of the park. This one will drop in low, but it will drop into the square. It's swung on in the air, but it's Whelan who takes it up off the ground. Can't get it into the hand cleanly. Now he has managed to do so. Slips it up to a man who's ahead of him. He has to pick it up off the ground with the stick and lob it into the centre, where it's intercepted by Cormac Wafer of Bennettsbridge. Wafer hits it back inside towards the forwards, but it's intercepted there by Gary Mason with a fantastic catch, albeit under absolutely no pressure. The clearance though didn't match the fantastic catch, and it's a line ball to Bennettsbridge just outside the 45. We're now into the last minute of this game, and it is Clear who will take it. The line ball, that is 2 minutes of additional time at the end of this game, with the Ballyhale team down in the left corner as we look ready to come on and do their warm-up. Well, they may have to wait longer because we could be going to extra time. It's Aidan Clear who gets plenty on that one, out of the bunker, inside the square, drops towards goal, and the keeper is there to clean it up for Thomastown. Doesn't get a good clearance, intercepted here by Enda Morrissey. Morrissey has the shot. Is it the levelling score?
Yes,
it is. Enda Morrissey, the big man for the big occasion. 30 seconds left in normal time. 2 minutes of injury time to play. Thomastown 11 points. Bennettsbridge 1-8. Who would have believed it at half time when Thomastown led by 6?
Super score by Enda Morrissey. He needed to, because Michael Donnelly was getting the better of him the second half. But Oisín is still 2 minutes, and as Pat Tracy rightly said, but the referee is capable of playing longer than 2 minutes.
Ball into the middle of the park. Thomastown now have it. Every possession vital. Man fouled. Free into Thomastown just inside the 65. Closer to Bennettsbridge territory than Thomastown territory. They're two clubs that are very close to each other, so whoever wins this will have the bragging rights. It's been a long time in coming for either of the teams. The last minor hurling title to go to Thomastown was 1981. The last to go to Bennettsbridge as their own entity was back, I think, in 1983 and 74. Of course, they were joined with Clara before that single title in 83. They won one in 47. The free though is to Thomastown just inside the 65. It's Michael Donnelly who is taking this one. He has been so solid all day, scoring 6 dead balls already and 2 from play. This one to give his team the lead. 30 seconds into injury time at the end of the Minor A hurling final replay. This one is going to drop just wide. He's so unlucky, Donnelly. It's gone wide, and the cheer you're hearing is from the Bennettsbridge supporters. We've got 1 minute and 10 seconds left of this game, live on KCLR 96 FM. 083 306 9696 is the text line number, and this one could go all the way to extra time. Ball dropping inside the Thomastown half-back region. It's picked up by Michael Donnelly. Michael Donnelly, the midfielder of Thomastown, egg on spoon style over the Bennettsbridge 65. It looked to me like maybe he was fouled, but the referee says no. Aidan Clear picks it up, clears it down the park. It'll lob in or around the D. It might bounce into the path here of Blanchfield. Blanchfield trying to get it up off the ground, can't do so. Now it's Gary Mason. Gary Mason along his own end line for Thomastown, hits it down the grey stand side, where it's intercepted by Enda Morrissey, the man who scored the equalising score. He hits it down the line. It's caught but dropped by a Bennettsbridge forward, and it's cleared by Thomastown back, but only as far as the number 10 Owen O'Connor, who's already got 1 score. He shoots, but it's going to drop well low, where it's caught by Kieran Tracy. Kieran Tracy had a Bennettsbridge man swinging out of him there, but he has managed to get it up to the 45. His clearance is somewhat overcooked. Wafer tries to swing on it in midfield, having been first to react when the ball dropped towards him. The time is almost up. Yeah, you're right, 5 seconds left in the game. Robert O'Hanrahan clears it up towards the 65. It's an attempted gather from Owen Manning of Thomastown. Manning hits it down the park, and we will go to extra time. The final score, well, not the final score, the score after full time. Thomastown 11 points, Bennettsbridge 1-8. Adrian.
And they gave them a standing ovation at the end of the match last week. They haven't stood up today, but they've given them a warm round of applause. Shamrock's team out, ready to come on the pitch. I think they may go back in. Full time then in this Minor A replay. We're going into extra time. We're after 60 minutes. Thomastown 11, Bennettsbridge 1-8. So Dom O'Connolly starts the first period of 10 minutes extra time in this Minor A final. Thomastown in blue playing from left to right into the breeze in the first half. The sides level 11-1-8. Robert Lannon for Bennettsbridge. They have the win in this first period. Gary Mason for Thomastown. Here's Johnny Byrne. Johnny Byrne goes through a weak shot. Goalkeeper Micheál Shields has it. Finds his captain Paul O'Neill. Over the sideline ball for Thomastown. So 2 periods of 10 minutes. Gary Lahan to take his sideline. Cut 55 out for Thomastown. Aidan Clear nudges it forward. Enda Morrissey. Gary Mason knocks it away. Bennettsbridge have it. Owen O'Connor. Owen O'Connor goes through. Owen O'Connor low shot. Goalkeeper stops it, controls it well. Keane O'Mara from his brother Neil. Owen Manning. Manning across to the far side. O'Hanrahan. Paul O'Neill went to ground, didn't succeed in stopping the ball, but holds up the progress. O'Hanrahan down the far wing. The bridge clear towards the sideline. Ball kept in play, and here they come again. Hand pass forward. Hugh O'Neill gives it back to Enda Morrissey from the middle of the field. He drives it long and drives it wide and right. Or even right and wide. It's all the one thing. 11 for Thomastown, 1-8 for Bennettsbridge. Thomastown player down injured on the far side. Thomas O'Hanrahan once again. All right now. Limps away, and Thomastown goalkeeper Neil O'Mara will puck from the left-hand goal. Driven in by the Thomastown men. Here, Paul O'Neill. But Thomastown have the ball. Luke Blanchfield loses control. Back goes Paul O'Neill. Back to Blanchfield for Thomastown. Blanchfield back to Michael Donnelly. Donnelly to Thomas O'Hanrahan. O'Hanrahan is shot, and O'Hanrahan's ball shot has gone just right and wide. Still the sides are level. 3 minutes gone in the first period of extra time. Ball breaks to Owen Manning for Thomastown. No score yet in extra time. Cut out for the bridge. Kevin Blanchfield. Kevin Blanchfield's shot is going left and gone wide. Neil O'Hamara pucking out. Broken down for the bridge by Owen O'Connor. Leaves it. Now O'Connor tries to flick it up. Kevin Blanchfield. Hand passed it. Oh, just well done. Aidan Clear drives it inside. Gary Mason for Thomastown. Shamrock's players looking on from the end line. Stars of the present looking at the stars of the future. Free in for Bennettsbridge. So Aidan Clear, almost 5 minutes gone in the first period of extra time. No score so far, the side still level. Aidan Clear with the free. And he's put the ball over the bar. So Bennettsbridge take the lead. (1-9) for Bennettsbridge, 11 points for Thomastown. Neil O'Mara pucking out for Thomastown. Ball broken down. Michael Donnelly 8. Hugh O'Neill 11 for Bennettsbridge. But it's Owen Manning coming away for Thomastown. Luke Blanchfield can't grasp that ball. Driven forward by Kevin Blanchfield. Referee blows and gives a free into Bennettsbridge. And going over to the linesman. Chatting with the linesman, they've seen something, they know something happened. Bennettsbridge man down injured in the middle of the field. Dominic Conley going in. Notebook is out once again. Right. No action has been taken. He spoke with the linesman, but the free is put over the bar by Aidan Clear. Now the notebook is definitely out now. And it's the fullback, Kieran Tracy. Kieran Tracy will probably see a yellow card. Yes, he does. Bennettsbridge by 2, 110 to 11 points. 7 minutes into the first period of extra time. Thomastown with Michael Donnelly. Referee gives the free into Thomastown. Bennettsbridge Venters indicating he overcarried, but the referee didn't see it that way. So a free for Thomastown. On this sideline, Michael Donnelly to take it. So 55 out from the goal, but just 4 from this sideline. 65 to the goal from where he stands at least. Michael Donnelly, side is trailing by 2. That looks very good. It's dropping inside. And it could go anywhere. And the goalkeeper was very alert and concedes a 65. A dangerous hanging ball that dropped right on the goal line. Michael Shields said a 65 will do. Michael Donnelly with a 65 for Thomastown. Bennettsbridge 2 in front. Donnelly strikes it into the wind. They're looking at it going right and wide. Referee decides no extra time at the end of the first half of extra time. Quick puck out, Shane Nolan. That happened before and it worked again this time. He's played four bench players. Ball knocked out. A pull by Paul on. Last 25. Half a minute to go to half time in extra time. Bennettsbridge 110, that's 13, Thomastown 11. Quite dull, gloomy, but still dry in Nolan Park. Long cut up there. Thomastown player, first to realise where the ball was, and Michael Donnelly once again. Well hooked. Owen O'Connor. Hugh O'Neill leaves it. Thomastown get possession. Barry Whelan kicks it up. Paul O'Neill back for Bennettsbridge. Broken down only as far as Robert O'Hanrahan. We're in the 10th minute. The referee says half time in extra time. Bennettsbridge 110, Thomastown 11 points.
Thomastown looking a little bit subdued.
Now,
10 minutes to go in the county final. Wafer's gone in full forward full back. I beg your pardon. Massive change. Absolutely right. Now slipped inside to the corner forward. That was Dylan Walsh who's waiting for it. He's had a quiet game so far. He has worked hard, but too much ball not going his way. Ball played from the left hand side. A shot across the face of goal and wide from Liam Blanchfield, and Thomastown with the chance to build from the back again. Their goalkeeper Neil O'Mara with the ball in hand. You're pointing there, Adrian.
I'm just wondering, a big change out of Bennettsbridge putting Wafer back. I know in the first period of extra time Wafer was doing very well and Young Lannon was doing very well at centre back, at full back. I hope they don't rue that change, but Hugh, or as I said, Robert Lannon was doing very well at full back.
Everything is a gamble when you make tactical changes, I guess. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. Now with the ball in hand is Kevin Butler. Butler couldn't get his shot away, but he does manage to slip it into a forward who's trying to wriggle away. That's Tucker, who's fouled Thomas O'Hanrahan, and it will be a free in front of the goal, just outside the 20-metre line in the middle of the park for Thomastown, who are still waiting for their first score of extra time. 11 points to 110. Minor A county final replay brought to you by John Brennan Machinery Supplies, and Thomastown have a free, and they will close the gap to just 1 point if Michael Donnelly strokes this one over, which you would expect him to do so. He's into the O'Loughlin Gales end, and Donnelly has knocked that one over the bar, and it's now Thomastown 12 points, Bennettsbridge 110, 11 and a half minutes gone of extra time. Adrian Rowan.
Another big change Thomastown have just made. They've brought out Gary Mason out to the middle of the field, and they've brought back young Luke Blanchfield, corner back. Young Mason was very good at corner back all through. He's now gone up centre forward, looks like, on Robert Lennon. So an interesting move out of Thomastown. Great catch by Hugh O'Neill.
Absolutely marvellous catch by Hugh O'Neill. If this is what he's like injured, I can't wait to see him 100% fit. He kicks it down along the ground, gets it to end of Marcy into the free man. That's Owen O'Connor. Owen O'Connor has the shot. It is a marvellous score from Owen O'Connor. He's second of the game. They both come at pivotal moments. It's Bennettsbridge 111, Thomastown 12 points, 12 minutes gone in extra time. Pat Tracy is on the sideline. Pat.
Yes, well, a big Adrian said from Bennettsbridge put Wafer back in, but again Bennettsbridge showing more hunger for the game.
Absolutely, they are at the moment. Breaking ball in the middle of the park. Gary Mason tries to pick it up. He's the cornerback of Thomastown, but he's gone into the half forward line. A barge there on Gary Lahan. He's won the free in just outside the 45, about 20 or so metres off the grey stand side, and it will be a chance to Thomastown to get that lead back to just 1 point for Bennettsbridge. Almost 13 minutes gone in extra time. Adrian Ronan.
Yeah, no, I still think for all the work that Bennettsbridge are now in front, but I still think Thomastown have upped the ante now as well. Their body language is telling us they now know to realise the match is going away from, and they've reacted positively, in fairness. And I still think bringing up young Mason is an interesting move and could work. I know it's only 7 minutes to go, but certainly Thomastown now have upped their ante as well, so it's going to be a grand finale. Again, the referee saw it differently. But here's Michael Donnelly's chance to bring it back to 1 point game again.
Thomastown were under 16 champions in 2009. Before that, you had to go back to 1981. That's 30 years ago for their last under 16 title. Yep. Now the shot is taken by Michael Donnelly, who puts it over the bar. They're looking for the minor title here, Thomastown. 14 and a half minutes gone in extra time. Bennettsbridge 111, Thomastown 13 points. And this team, as we say, have come through together for Thomastown. Bennettsbridge about to take the puck out to Michael Sheehan. Michael Sheehan now looking for options, just lobs it into the middle of the park. We'll come back to Adrian Rowan in just a second. What a catch it was as well by Hugh O'Neill. O'Neill has the ball on stick. He's been chased back by Whelan, still with the ball on stick. Gets it out to the right hand side for the shot of Enda Morrissey. Enda Morrissey over the bar. A second score for the County Minor panellists. And now it's Bennettsbridge 112, Thomastown 13 points, 15 minutes gone in extra time. Adrian.
They've made a change again. Robert Lennon has gone back full back and Cormac Waver's gone centre back, so there's a bit of cat and mouse going on here. Super score by Enda Morrissey again, as we said. Michael Donnelly and Enda Morrissey are having a great battle, but Morrissey's after winning the last two vital scores there, and he's after winning that great score again. And here's Cormac Waver now.
A minor C title a couple of years ago for Bennettsbridge. Again, like Thomastown, they've built up through the underage ranks and are trying desperately to win this minor title. It's kicked down the park by a Bennettsbridge man down the greystand side, looking to intercept is Luke Blanchfield, and a free in is won by Thomastown. Positions and numbers meaning absolutely nothing as this game continues. We see guys with 12 and 13 on their back dropping into their half back line and full back line. We see guys with 2 and 3 popping up in the forward line. It's really frantic stuff. There's 4 minutes to go of extra time of this game. Thomastown 13 points, Bennettsbridge 112, with Thomastown getting the free, and we'll come back to you in just a moment, Adrian. It's going to lob in from just inside the 65 of Thomastown to the square of Bennettsbridge. It's off the stick and it's running out over the line. Chasing after it is Sean Morrissey. Morrissey can't get there,
and the umpire waved it wide, and the ref is after calling a 65. So there's a big move, big call out of the referee.
Pat Tracy, your nerves must be shot on the sideline.
Yeah, well, on that occasion I'd say the umpire was more correct, because it appeared to go off. A Thomastown player tried to catch it. It appeared to go off his hand out wide, but the referee saw it differently, and this is going to leave the game even hanging in the balance even more. I think Bennettsbridge are correct in putting Robert Lannon back at full back and Wafer at centre back.
Michael Donnelly standing over the 65, about 15 or so metres in off the greystand side, with his team trailing in the County Minor A hurling final replay live on KCLR 96 FM. It drops into the goal.
He's got square ball.
Square
ball. He had to give it the 65.
Let's go to Pat Tracy again. Pat, again, you're standing on the 45 on the sideline. You're closer to that than I got a little bit excited. I thought it was after dropping into the net. Well, it did, but it's not going to stand, and it remains Bennettsbridge 112, Thomastown 13 points. 3 minutes to go in extra time at the end of this exciting game. Pat Tracy.
I don't think anyone got a connection on it. I'd say was it Tucker or someone went for the ball and pulled, but the referee gave a free out immediately, and what's done is done.
Well, I have to say I didn't see a clean connection on it. I'd agree with you in that sense. Again, they brought back the outfielder to take the puck out Bennettsbridge. It's all about seeing out time here, and they have won it inside the 65. It was a great catch by Clear, who rolled it down the sideline, but it's snaffled up again by Thomastown, and Owen Manning gets it into midfield, but only as far as Hugh O'Neill of Bennettsbridge. O'Neill with the ball on stick over to 45, shooting from a very tight angle. O'Neill going towards goal. What a score from Hugh O'Neill! His first of the game. It's Bennettsbridge 113, Thomastown 13 points. Just over 2 minutes to go in the County Minor A hurling final replay, and it's Bennettsbridge who lead by 3. Adrian Ronan.
Fair score for a man that's been injured for most of the game. He's after come to life in the final 10 minutes of extra time. Now it's the Bennettsbridge to lose.
Wafer has it inside his own 65. He's wearing 14, but he's played in the back line for practically all of this game. Breaking ball comes down to Enda Morrissey, who scored 2 points. He aims it in low to the corner forward. Under that one is the Bennettsbridge man, who's trying to get his shot away from a very tight angle. He has got the shot away if it goes over. Oh my God, what a fantastic score! What a score from far out on the right hand side. The fist pump is coming. It was from just inside the 13-metre line, and that possibly is the game for Bennettsbridge. 114 to 13 points, 1.5 minutes left to go in the game. Play continues. Thomastown trying to win it back, but they haven't managed to do so. With the ball in his hand is Willie Murphy of Bennettsbridge, getting over to 65. He taps it over the man who is coming in to close him down. That was number 11, Kevin Butler. Bennettsbridge losing out. Whelan stealing out of his own back line. He's won the free in the middle of the park, and Thomastown now have to lob it in and go for the goal. They trail by 4. There's a minute left in extra time, Adrian.
Yeah, no, it's we said earlier, it's Bennettsbridge is to lose, and that's a fairy tale score, our Liam Blanchfield. In fairness to Enda Morrissey and Hugh O'Neill, they really stepped up in the second half of extra time, and those two guys, along with Cormac Wafer all through, have brought Bennettsbridge back into this game.
Robert O'Hanrahan, that one is dropped into the square. Thomas O'Hanrahan now tries to get a shot away. It's lobbed towards goal. It's blocked partially by a stick. It's picked up by a blue jersey. That is Gary Mason, who's come up a long way. Ball across again, blocked by a Bennettsbridge stick, but it's taken again by Thomastown, who have it in the square. Penalty. 20 seconds to go in normal time at the end of extra time, and we've got a penalty to Thomastown, with them trailing by 4 points. What a call that is by the referee, Dominic Connolly. Pat Tracy, what did you make of that call? You're on the sideline.
Well, I made the disallowed goal harsh, and I made that penalty harsh.
Adrian Ronan.
And the 65 before the penalty, Pat, so there's a few contentious issues.
Yeah. Certainly.
Now from the 20-metre line, it will be Michael Donnelly. He's standing over the ball. He needs to score the goal here. He has to go for the goal and then hope that they can win possession back and score the winning point, or perhaps maybe the winning goal, or the levelling point, I should say.
Knowing referees as we all do, I'd say this ball chance might be the last chance for Thomastown.
Michael Donnelly attempting to narrow the gap to 1. Approaching the penalty, bending, lifting, striking, and it's blocked by Bennettsbridge, and that should be the game. And now it's Aidan Clear carrying it out the right hand side. We're 30 seconds into injury time at the end of extra time, and Bennettsbridge lead by 114 to 13 points. He will continue to play on. I haven't seen too many stoppages, and the wing back has it for Thomastown, Mark Walsh, but he's deep inside Bennettsbridge territory. However, the decision has been reversed, and it will be a line ball to Bennettsbridge. What a game.
Super game, super entertainment, but as we said at half time at 8 points to 2, could you see Bennettsbridge winning this game? Huge character shown by these young lads, and as we said again, their big guys have stepped up. They might have been asleep for a lot of the game, but they've stepped up certainly in the extra time, the big guys. And
it was a free and not a line ball, and it's launched in towards the forward, and that forward is Liam Blanchfield, the man who got what could be the insurance score, but he has lost it, and now taking it up is Mason. Mason's trying to make his way out of defence, can't do so. Ball dropped. Has that one gone over the line? It's far away from where we're sitting at the moment. The referee is also far away from it. He has stopped play. The umpire is now coming over to get involved. No commitment to a decision as of yet. The commitment is now made. It's a line ball to Bennettsbridge just inside the 20-metre line, and it's Aidan Clear who'll come up to take it. We're a minute and 40 seconds into injury time at the end of extra time in the Minor A hurling final. Bennettsbridge leading by 4. It's got air on it, but it's gone wide, and that might be the last chance of the game. 2 minutes now into injury time. Bennettsbridge leading by 4 points against Thomastown in the Minor A hurling final replay, brought to you on KCLR 96 FM by John Brennan Machinery Supplies Kilkenny. It's in the middle of the park. It's won by Bennettsbridge, and the game is won by Bennettsbridge. 114 to 13 points. What a display from the Bennettsbridge men, and they showed absolute character to drag themselves back into that game, Adrian Ronan.
114 to 13 points. Bennettsbridge, the Ryan A champions in Kilkenny. Well done to both sides. They've given us outstanding entertainment and value over 2 days and extra time, and it's the Bridge who have triumphed in the end.
I have Brian Lannon here. Brian, you must be thrilled.
Absolutely delighted. It's brilliant feeling. This club, unfortunately, things haven't been going well over the last few years, but we've a great bunch of lads after coming through, and after defeats in under 14 B final, under 16 B final, to bounce back and to be here in Nolan Park on county final day to win a Ryan A title, it just is the best feeling in the world. I'm delighted for them lads. They never, after all their defeats, they never put their head down. They came back to train all year, and they've got their just rewards today.
There were so many ups and downs in that game.
There were so many I can't even remember. I know we had a sluggish start again and things are going right.
He's just been baptised here.
Thanks very much.
Right, Brian, let you go off there and celebrate as he was doused with water there. I think Aidan Clear doing the business.
That's Pat Tracy on the sideline. He was talking to Brian Lannon, a selector at Bennettsbridge. Paul O'Neill is the captain of Bennettsbridge. He's about to receive the cup, and let's hear what's going on in the presentation. Paul Kinsella, the County Board chairman, talking as we speak.
I'd like to thank our officials today, Mr. Donald Manley, Mr. Dowling, Ger Rafter and Ray Byrne, our fourth official. Thanks very much indeed.
And before we continue the presentation, let's go back to Pat Tracy, who's on the sideline.
Yeah, John Brennan is here. John, that was some game.
I never sound like it, Pat. I have mixed emotions now, to be honest with you, because I heard for Thomastown for so long. And but they say blood is thicker than water, so that's the way it goes. But I tell you, those two teams there's no danger of anything going wrong with Kilkenny hurling when you have youngsters like that giving their all in Nolan Park on the day of a final, especially with pressure like they had. Unbelievable.
Was that number 16 related to you?
Yeah, I had a small hand in it, yeah.
He made the run and they got the goal.
Yeah, he got a snig on it, I think, yeah, so. Yeah, for a small parish, like, it's an unbelievable achievement, you know, so we'll make the most of it.
All right, John, and of course, as you say, you hurled for so long for Thomastown, you're involved with Bennettsbridge, and what it's all about is putting it back into the game.
Of course it is, Pat, yeah, that's what we're all striving to do, yeah, and especially all the small parishes, like, they have so many volunteers there at underage level. You need only look at every team that goes out to have as many people on the line as they have on the pitch nearly, so it's great for our culture, great for our games, and brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
You'll celebrate this now. You have a good few underage next year again, so you're going to be there in Ryanair for the next few years.
We're stuck in Ryanair now. Yeah, there's 5 of the boys over age, so yeah, things are looking good. Yeah.
And in fairness to the club, they made the step up, lost the minor B last year, and decided, look, we're going to go up and contest A.
Yeah, well, we said we thought we were as good as we played Kilmacow in the Féile final here when these boys were under 14. So Kilmacow made a step up, and were very, very good at A level, and very unlucky last year to lose a final. So we said that they were an inspiration to us. So we got that little bit of luck today that you need.
All right, John, well done, and congratulations.
Thanks, Pat. Thanks, everything. Thanks.
Super big for